Yo, what's going on guys, it's Abs here and welcome back to another Gears of War discussion video. So in this video I'm going to be discussing the realistic future of Gears 5. So as always, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for everything Gears of War related. That way you don't miss another video, and yeah, let's dive straight into it. You could say this video is sort of a part 2 to my previous discussion video talking about the coalition's unannounced projects that they're currently working on, so be sure to check that video out if you haven't done so already. So anyway, at the start of 2021 I made a 2021 wish list of things that I wanted to personally see in Gears 5 and in the Gears of War franchise moving forward in 2021. And in this video I talked about myself wanting to see Overrun, Wingman, the Locust in Horde, Gears Tactics seeing more support, etc. Now what I will say is that of course I do want the best for the franchise, I know you do too, but sometimes as fans your passion can override what's realistic at the same time, and I think that was the case for me in this video. So this is the realistic future of Gears 5. Now Dana, who is the director of communications at Microsoft for Gears of War, he confirmed that the Locust will not be appearing in Gears 5 Horde, that there will be no major feature work in Gears 5 in 2021, apart from current plans yet to be announced, future operations, nothing to the extent of reworking major features like they did in 2020. There will also be no Overrun by the looks of it as well, and Gears Tactics will not have any additional support in terms of modes, etc. Now I know as a fan, that's disheartening. But I want to talk about why this is, and I want to talk about some reasons why I think this is the best way. So why are we not getting any Locust in Horde? Why is Gears Tactics not getting any more support, etc.? Well, that's because in 2020, the Coalition spent most of 2020 rehauling major features instead of doing content. So of course it's no secret that Gears 5 had the worst launch in the Gears of War franchise, and September 2019 to I'd say September 2020 was most likely the worst year in the Gears of War franchise, the worst 12 months. That's no secret, and there's no beating around the bush right there. So as a result, the Coalition and Xbox had a summit in March where they basically sat down and thought, what's next? What do we have to do from here? And from there they decided that they need to rehaul a lot of major features in Gears 5, and we saw this happen, right? So we saw them rehaul the entire store system, where before there were thousands of dollars of content in there with very anti-consumer methods of purchasing these cosmetics, where they moved to a more consumer friendly system with Gears coins, using iron for only early exclusivity, boost or bundles, etc. And we had the rehauling of the Gears 5 ranking system as well. We had core modes reworked, for instance Guardian, King of the Hill, Free for All, etc. And they were working on the base tuning for a long time as well. So these are major feature works that were happening in 2020. Now in a perfect world, if Gears 5 actually launched in a good state, let's just say in a perfect world, right? Let's say the major features were all fine, a good selection of characters, a good selection of maps, the tuning is great, the ranking system is fine, the store works as intended, etc. So then the Coalition will think from there that, oh okay, the game is in a good state, from here we can prioritize major content work, for instance new game modes and other major feature work that adds value to the game instead of rehauling systems, right? So in this perfect world, they could have thought, okay, we can prioritize an Overrun game mode, our teams are going to be working on that for many months. Or okay, there's no Locust in Horde, but because the game is in a good state, we will spend 2020 working on some Locust Horde enemies that we can see adding to Gears 5 later in 2020 or in 2021. So in this perfect world, if Gears 5 actually launched in a good state, then these major feature additions would be more realistic. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case because of the Gears 5 launch and the issues surrounding it for around 12 months. So I've told you what not to expect, right? But let me tell you realistically what we can expect in Gears 5 moving forward for the rest of its game cycle. So I can say expect a lot more content compared to usual, as the main quality of life rehauling is out of the way. So expect operations to be a lot bigger in terms of content and the ongoing content within the operation itself. Expect of course ongoing bug fixes and support, as it is a live service game. Expect lots more character skins, weapon skins, etc., both weekly for operations and for challenges as well, whether they're long-term challenges or operation based challenges. And in my opinion, expect the most characters ever in a Gears of War game. I think there will be lots of characters to come. I think that is guaranteed. I can definitely see the Locust from Gears Tactics appearing in Gears 5. I can see more characters from previous Gears of War games appearing, and character skins on top of that as well. Also, expect to see more limited time events and ongoing versus events for PvP and for PvE, with some new variations as well. So expect more limited time events during the course of Gears 5's game cycle. I will also say expect more maps compared to previous operations. The reason why I'm saying this is because before Operation 5, the Coalition shifted their focus from escape hives and tiles solely to maps. And this means that their level designers will have shifted their focus from escape hives and tiles and maps to just solely maps. So if you put 2 and 2 together, that means that they will have been working on more maps for a while now. So expect to see more maps in Gears 5 moving forward. In terms of new, fresh, permanent game modes, I can't really see much appearing. The only game mode that I can see making its way into Gears 5 would be Wingman. The reason why I'm saying Wingman is because compared to Overrun or having Locust in Horde, they require major feature work, whereas Wingman is basically a variation of free-for-all. Of course, there's still a lot of work to be done to bring Wingman into Gears 5, but it's less than what it would take to bring Overrun in. Because for Wingman, of course, you'll need some user interface changes, you'll need some spawn changes, and you'll need lots of teams instead of just 2 teams. So the only game mode I can see making its way into Gears 5 is Wingman. That's just my personal realistic thought really, if we do get a game mode that is. Also, I would say expect 1 or 2 more weapons to make their way into Gears 5 as well. Because personally, I can't see the Scorcher being the only weapon to appear in Gears 5 that's not at launch. Especially after what's been seen in the kill feed, trailers, etc. in previous operations. I'd say if any weapon returns, it'll most likely be a weapon that has that wow factor. For instance, the Hammer of Dawn. The Boom Shield is confirmed to not be making its way into Gears 5. And I don't see them working on a small weapon such as Gorgon Pistol that many people won't even use. I think if any weapon does appear in Gears 5, it will be the Hammer of Dawn. So that in a nutshell is the realistic future of Gears 5, what not to expect, but what to expect as well, and the reasons as to why. But I want to conclude this video with some of my thoughts moving forward for Gears 5 and the Gears of War franchise. So ultimately, after thinking about this for a little while, I think the damage to the name Gears 5 has been done. And the name of this particular Gears title, Gears 5, it will always suffer from the horrific Gears 5 launch and the first year of Gears 5. That's just a harsh reality really. Although Gears 5 is in a good spot right now, it has improved, but it will never fully recover from the downs, and we just have to accept that. Because for a game, the most publicity it will get is during its launch. And after Gears 5 was the first AAA title that launched on Xbox Game Pass, it succeeded Fortnite's play count on its opening weekend, etc. But after the dust settled, people realised that Gears 5 effectively failed, and that was the most publicity it had. So that's why I'm saying it will never fully recover from the downs, and we just have to accept that. However, TC will continue to support this game as a live service game until Gears of War 6 or the next Gears title. Whether they're going to take a break from the current trilogy and do a Marcus Phoenix collection to regrow the player base, I'm not sure. But the hardcore fans will enjoy Gears 5 for what's left of its cycle, because the game is in a good spot right now, and the player base will somewhat pick up again. It will definitely pick up again, and during February, Gears 5 will be part of Games with Gold, so that shows you that they are trying to regrow that player base and allow some players to give it a second chance. And from here, however long is left of Gears 5's game cycle, it will be a good Gears of War experience. So by the end of Gears 5's game cycle, it could overtake Gears 4 and Judgment in terms of the quality of the whole game itself over time, but personally I don't see it getting anywhere near the original trilogy. An additional point is that there are too many elements that are hard-coded into Gears 5 that will always hinder Gears 5, no matter what they change. A few examples are the following. So we've got the inverse Omen health, which was a terrible design choice in my opinion. We've got the cartoonish gore, which will always hinder Gears 5 because Gears of War was always known to be a gory game, and Gears 5 doesn't tick the box for that. And there's the lack of Gears of War elements, for instance the lack of dark and gritty scenes, and the lack of weight to the environments as well, the lack of locust, etc. So it makes sense to not give Gears 5 the massive long-term support as I previously intended. So when I'm wrong, I don't mind taking accountability for that. So what's next? So from now, what I'd say is to be sure to voice what you want for the remainder of Gears 5, and enjoy Gears 5 for the rest of its cycle, because it's actually enjoyable now after the relaunch of Gears 5. And us Gears fans deserve to enjoy Gears 5 now because of the downs we've had as a community during the first year of Gears 5. So enjoy Gears 5 or what's left of its cycle, and voice what you want to see in Gears 5 moving forward. However, I will say this once and I will keep saying it, please, please, please show your demand as a community beyond the scope of Gears 5. It is very, very important to show demand, so don't just think about the here and now, think about what's next for the Gears of War franchise. How do we evolve this franchise moving forward? How can this franchise reach those heights again? So I know a lot of us want to see a Marcus Phoenix collection, so let's show more demand for that. Could a Gears of War Battle Royale evolve Gears of War to new heights never seen before? Whatever you want to see, please show the demand for it beyond the scope of Gears 5, because I will definitely be doing so as well. And I will keep being a voice for this community as much as I can, and I will keep promoting discussion, feedback, ideas, etc. But yeah guys, that's the realistic future of Gears 5. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and comment down below of your thoughts of the realistic future of Gears 5. Do you agree with what I have to say? Do you disagree? Or could you add some more thoughts as well? I would love to have a discussion with you guys as always in the comment section down below. And subscribe if you're new to the channel, it's very much appreciated as always. I hope you guys have a nice day and I will catch you on the next one.